Today we're going to be doing a this or that fitness edition. I'm going to be sharing with you guys my take on supplements, lifestyle, nutrition, training, fat loss. I want to tell you which one I think is better and why. Why should you listen to me? Because I've been in this fitness journey myself for the past 16 years and I've coached over 200 women lose body fat and make fitness part of the lifestyle. So let's dive straight into it. I've got my list right here. Let's get started with the first one. Protein shakes or real food. This one is pretty simple, pretty simple. I don't even have to think about it. Real food, 100%. There's no point of you supplementing a diet that is not on point. Supplementing a diet that it's not fueling your body and it's not helping you with your goals. If you're under eating or if you're overeating, whatever supplement that you take, it's not gonna work. Even if you're taking protein, creatine, fat burners, pre-workouts or things like that, it's simply not going to work. You need to nail your nutrition first. You need to nail the basics with your nutrition. And by the basics, I mean fueling your body properly. So making sure you're eating enough for your goals, your energy levels, your health, enough protein, enough carbs, enough fats, making sure that you have a healthy or healthier relationship with food, making sure that you are in tune with your body. So you know when you're hungry, you know when you're satisfied, you know when to stop, you know how to identify between real hunger and cravings. Those are the basics. If you haven't nailed those ones, supplements are just gonna be a waste of money. Protein shakes are gonna be a waste of money. I want you to think about it this way. Let's say you're building a house. Your foundation has to be very strong. If you wanna have an amazing house, if you wanna have a strong house, then you're gonna make sure that you're gonna invest time, money, resources, energy into building that strong foundation, right? Once you have that strong foundation, then you can build a house around that foundation. And you know that if something happens, earthquake, tsunami, something like that, you won't be worried because your house is very strong. Same thing with nutrition. If you build a really strong foundation with your nutrition, then whatever you add on top or whatever you create on top, it's gonna be great. But if you don't, it's gonna be a disaster. It's gonna be a mess. So nutrition first, supplements later. And I want you to think about supplements more to help you with your performance rather than to help you with your specific goal of losing body fat or gaining muscle mass. Just because you're drinking protein shakes once a day or twice a day, it doesn't mean that you're gonna gain muscle mass just like that. It's all about nutrition. Supplements are just there to supplement and help you with your performance, nothing else. Okay, second one, also to do with supplements, pre-workout or getting a good quality sleep. This one is also a pretty simple one for me. Good sleep, 100%. Same thing as I mentioned earlier, supplements are just there to supplement. If you're not resting properly, if you're only getting, let's just say 3 hours of sleep every night, 4 hours of sleep every night, even if you check the pre-workout, yes, it will help you. Yes, it's gonna give you that boost of energy and help you be more focused for that workout. But if you're not resting properly, your body won't be able to recover properly after your workout. You won't be able to build that muscle mass that you wanna build. And it's just gonna be much easier for you to get injured because even though you have the energy from the pre-workout, your body is still gonna feel a little bit weak. And you won't be able to have the energy to perform the way that you wanna perform and push yourself for that specific workout. So yeah, focus on getting a good quality sleep. Focus on sleeping your 6 to 8 hours, whatever works for you. Once you nail that, maybe add the pre-workout. I think pre-workouts are great. I do think they work, like they do give you that energy. I take them every now and then, but just try not to rely on pre-workouts to get all that energy. Because if you start relying on the pre-workout, then you're gonna be paying more attention to your supplements rather than your nutrition, your sleep, all the basics. By the basics, it's not just about nutrition. It's also your nutrition, your training, recovery, rest, sleep, hydration, and managing your stress levels. So basics always first, supplements after. But yeah, pre-workout, it does work. It's just don't rely on a pre-workout. It's just waste of money. Okay, next one. Eating 3 balanced meals or eating 6 tiny meals. This one is honestly a tricky one. It's a tricky one because it depends. It depends on the person. It depends on your lifestyle. It depends on you pretty much. Because I have to pick one, I'm gonna go with the 6 tiny meals only because Having smaller meals throughout the day is going to help you to keep your sugar levels more stable. If you have 3 main meals, let's say you have your first meal at around 7 a.m., for example, second meal around 2 p.m. and your last meal around 6 p.m. Just a random example. If you're only eating 3 times a day, you're gonna have very huge gaps in between your meals. It's gonna be easier for you to be more hungry, to be snacking around and eating more calories. You won't be able to focus 100% with your work or whatever it is that you're doing. Why? Because your sugar levels are gonna be up and down, up and down. But if you have 6 tiny meals, it's gonna be easier because the gaps in between your meals are not that long. Energy levels are gonna be more stable. You're gonna be able to focus better on that thing, that task, that workout, your work, again, whatever you're doing. And it's just gonna be much easier to maintain, sustain those energy levels. Now, I say it's a tricky one because 6 meals, it's not the ideal amount of meals that you should be having. You should be eating as many meals as you want in whatever works for you. For some clients, 6 meals are amazing. For other clients, six meals doesn't work with their lifestyle. For them, it's only 5 meals, 4 meals. I do have clients that have 3 meals. It just depends. It's very different person to person. But if I have to pick one, yeah, I will go with 6 meals, maintaining and sustaining those energy levels. Just always make sure you pick something that works with you, your lifestyle, and it's something that you actually enjoy, because there's no point of you doing something that doesn't work for you and something that you don't enjoy. If you don't enjoy it, it's gonna be easier for you to stop, quit. If you quit, you won't see the results. But if you do enjoy it, it's gonna be easier for you to stick to that thing, be consistent, and see the results that you wanna see. Okay, next one. Where are we? Okay, lifting heavy weights or endless hours of cardio. This one is pretty easy. Lifting heavy weights, 100%. Cardio is great, okay? Don't get me wrong. We wanna do the cardio to build that resistance so you're not running out of breath when you're going up and down the stairs, when you're walking around the block. Resistance training, lifting those heavy weights is what's gonna help you build more muscle mass, not just for now, not just to have that amazing physique, but also for the future. But when you are 40, 50, 60, 80, you have very strong muscles, you have very strong bones as well, because lifting heavy weights or lifting weights in general helps you to build stronger bones. So you're just gonna be healthier and you're gonna feel better and more independent when you're older. If you just rely on doing cardio every single day without lifting any weights, let's just pretend you're not doing weights, only cardio, you're gonna have that resistance. You know, you're gonna be able to go for walks and things like that, but it's gonna be easier for you to break your hips, break your shoulders, your arms, something if you fall. Why? Because your muscles, your bones are not gonna be strong enough. So yeah, weightlifting, always make this your priority. Cardio in this occasion, not just the weightlifting. Okay, next one. Rest days or 7 days non-stop. This one is also pretty easy. Rest days. Make sure you take your rest days. Working out 7 days a week non-stop, it only drains you physically, mentally, emotionally as well. It will be easier to get injured because you're just pushing yourself without any rest, without any break, and you just won't get the results that you want. If you're constantly training without resting, your muscles won't be able to recover. If your muscles don't recover properly, you won't be able to build that muscle mass. If you're not building that muscle mass, you won't be able to burn body fat efficiently. You just won't get the results that you want. Resting, and that's exactly what I talked about in my previous video, resting is where the magic happens, right? So we want to make sure we take those rest days. And also mentally, if you don't rest and you're just training non-stop, every time you go to the gym, you're just gonna show up feeling tired, feeling drained. You won't be able to push yourself in your training sessions. Rest days are necessary mentally, emotionally, physically. So yeah, rest days 100%. With your training days, you don't have to train 7 days a week. Just train or do as many days as many days that work for you and your lifestyle. If it's 3, amazing. You don't have to do more than that. If it's 4, amazing. If it's 5, amazing. But you do not need to train more than 5 times a week. Okay, next one, because we're going off topic. Fat burners or calorie deficit. Pretty easy. Calorie deficit. Fat burners. Fat burners are just such a waste of money. Such a waste of money. I mentioned earlier, supplements are just there to supplement, but only some supplements. Like there are supplements that are great for your performance. Things like fat burners, they're just a waste of money. I used to spend all my money when I was younger, when I was first starting with my fitness journey. I was studying full-time, working part-time. All the money that I will get, it will go to supplements. I will get protein powder, pre-workout, creatine, glutamine, multivitamins, fat burners. What else did I get? I don't know, but many other supplements. Fat burners are just a waste of money. I think they do a really good job at doing their marketing. They make you believe that they do work, and they make you believe that just by taking one pill, you're magically going to lose that weight. It doesn't work like that. A calorie deficit does work, only if you do it in a way that it's healthy and that it helps you sustain your energy levels and it's something that you enjoy. If you go into extreme deficit, like around 1,000 calories per day or 1,200 calories per day, you know, something very extreme, it's not going to work. But if you do something with a really good structure, you have enough protein, enough carbs, enough fats, enough everything, then yeah, calorie deficit 100% over fat burners. Fat burners, please don't waste your money. I beg you, please don't do it. Your money's just gonna go down the drain, literally. Okay, next one. Weighing yourself daily, so using the scale every single day, or tracking trends over time. This one is a tricky one, only because I personally don't like using the scale at all, and I never recommend it to my clients. I only use the scale for the first week, or the first time actually, when they give me their details, so I know what's their current weight, so I can do my calculations. After that, I don't get them to use the scale. The reason why, it's because the numbers on the scale are going to fluctuate every single day. If you ate something, if you are constipated, if you're stressed, if you have inflammation, if you just did a weight training session, if you had something that's high in salt, processed food, then your body's gonna be more inflamed. You're gonna you're gonna gain more water, and the number on the scale is gonna go up. If you stay too fixated with the numbers on the scale, you're gonna get frustrated, and it's gonna be easier for you to stop. So weighing yourself daily, it doesn't work. I do not recommend it. Because I have to pick one, I'm gonna go with the second one. So tracking trends over time, because that way you're not jumping on the scale every single day and you're not letting yourself be frustrated by the daily fluctuations of those numbers on the scale. So yeah, if I have to pick one, this one, but if I can say none, I will say none, because the scales are just bullshit. The best way to track your progress, in my opinion, and this is what I do with my clients, taking before and after pictures. With pictures, you can see what's working or what's changing, how your body's responding. And also I do a check-in form every single week just to see how they're feeling, what are their challenges, their wins. Those things help me see the progress that they're making. Okay, next one. Otherwise, I can just keep talking about these topics and we're gonna go off track. Okay, 3 solid workouts or 6 half effort sessions. So let me say that again. 3 solid workouts or 6 half effort sessions. I think I'm gonna go with this one, the 3 solid ones, because we want quality over quantity. If you're doing 6 training sessions a week, but they just half effort, so you're not giving your 100%, only 50%, but in this one you're doing 3 sessions and you're giving your 100%, then this one is better. It doesn't matter if it's less, 3 over 6, this one's less. But if this one is more quality, then you're gonna get better results from this one. If you're doing just 50% of this one, you won't get the results that you want. Plus, you're having less rest days for this one, so I'm gonna go with this one. Yeah, quality over quantity, any time of the day. Okay, next one, coffee before workout or your water first? Coffee. I mean, I love coffee. I'm such a coffee lover. But for this one, if it's before your workout, I'm gonna go with water. Because if your body is not hydrated properly and you just have coffee, nothing else, let's say you have 1 cup of coffee, you don't have any water, you're gonna be and feel dehydrated. You might have a headache or get a headache. You're gonna feel tired 100% because your body is not hydrated, your muscle cells are not hydrated. You will not have the best workout. But if you are hydrated before your workout, during your workout, and after your workout, this is going to help you have a better performance at the gym. You're going to be able to push yourself a little bit more at the gym, and it's going to be much, much easier. So yeah, hydration, 100%. Coffee, you can still take your coffee, but make sure you prioritize your hydration always. Coffee, remember, dehydrates you. So having a coffee, it's great. Have your coffee, don't stop that, because coffee is the best thing in the world. But always prioritize your water. You want to be hydrating your body every single hour of the day, okay? Hydration, hydration, hydration. Those are all the this or that I have. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time.